All right, you guys, we got this thing running, and we were able to move it around the yard, and it's just running like not running so well. It needs a full tune-up. So today we're going to start. Our fuel pump is still leaking down there. It's leaking a ton of fuel. Every time I go to accelerate, it just, you can hear it sucking air or something. It's just so we're going to go ahead and drain the water. There's no coolant in it. We're going to take the hoses, belts off, and start getting ready to do a full tune-up. I'm going to cut you off here, and we'll check back in when we start tearing into this thing.
Yeah.
So that's just water that we had in it to get it running. We're going to drain it. We got a new radiator. It's an aluminum radiator, cheap one, just to get us by. Just want to take the hoses off since we put this body on a 78 Chevy chassis. We're not sure if, I forget if I had to modify these hoses or try to find them, but I think a 78 Chevy hose will fit as long as I just trim it to the right length. I think it was long enough. But we're going to take them off and take them down to the store with us just to match everything up. All right, I'm going to go ahead and loosen up the alternator, pull the alternator and the fan belt, and then the power steering belt. We're going to take those off and take them with us too. So, voila. There's one. See that bad boy? Been on there for a while. She's loose there, and then I'll go ahead and loosen this guy just for fun. This one looks a little newer, but we're in it. We'll replace it. There's the upper. A little dirty in there. Not bad. Over there. Crispy. Take out the upper radiator mount. And moment of truth, radiator's coming out. There we go.
And that's it. Water pump's off.
There's your water pump.
Heat it up.
All right, so we got all the parts and pieces off of this that we want to take down to the auto parts store to match up. We got a 60-mile drive one way, so we want to make sure that we got everything when we come back out. We're not missing a part or a wrong threaded bolt. I know on water pumps where the fan bolts in, I've had issues where they're metric and then some where they're standard. So I want to make sure I get all that right so I'm not chasing my tail when I get out here. That being said, thanks for watching, and we'll cut back when we get all of our parts. Hey, welcome back, everybody. So last night we took the old Suburban into town to Atascadero, California, and did the local cruise night. Saw a lot of awesome cars out there. It's always a good event. My dad's been going to that event probably the last 10 or 12 years. He's got all the little sign-in packets and everything. It was pretty neat to see, and he likes to at least make one trip in his sedan delivery. That was one vehicle that we haven't done a walk around on yet, and that'll be an exciting one. We can get my dad out there and he can tell the story of his old 1960s sedan delivery. So stay tuned for that in an upcoming video. But for now, we got all the parts at the local Napa, O'Reilly's. I probably hit up every auto parts store to get everything that I needed to do tune up on this old baby. That being said, I got the pressure washer out. I got some simple green. I'm going to go ahead and simple green this thing and blast her down, so we're working on somewhat of a clean surface, and then we'll go ahead and start the full tune-up, see if we can't get her back on the road. All right, you guys, so what we got going on here is I'm going to go ahead and get this ready to simple green and start degreasing this engine bay, and I'm going to put a plastic bag over the carb. We're going to replace the carb, I think, with an Edelbrock instead of the Holly, until we can get one that doesn't leak. This one's been sitting so long, it's all gummed up. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put a bag over that, and probably not even going to worry about the distributor, because I got a new cap and rotor and coil for all that. So I'm just going to try to get this cleaned up as much as I can, so we're not working in a dust pit. There we have the water pump on. And the next step, we'll put the pulley on the front. Actually, I'm not going to go that route yet. Nope, I will go that route. Put the pulley on the front, and then maybe we'll get the alternator bracket and power steering pump put back on there. All right, you guys, we're back at it another day, Sunday morning. So last night I didn't do any more than put on the belts and alternator and power steering pump. Today we're going to focus on getting these old plugs out and plug wires on. We went and got a bunch of stuff from Napa. Like I said, I got it sitting over here. Show you what I got. So this is all our stuff from Napa. Plugs, distributor cap, rotor, ignition coil, got oil filter, and a thermostat. And then I forgot these, so I had to stop at O'Reilly's and pick up a spark plug socket and a gapper. So we're not picky when it comes to auto parts stores, because they don't all carry the same thing, seems like. But anyways, another good thing that I got was I stopped at Harbor Freight because I needed some hose clamps. Well, I ended up spending more than I wanted to, but I picked up a 40-piece. These are the smooth clamps. I don't know how many this one has, but these are an assortment of all hose clamps. I mean, for the price of one of these, you get 4 clamps at any of these auto parts stores. So I got, since I'm out here, I'm 60 miles away from the auto parts store. I can't be going to town every 10 minutes because I forgot something. So I picked those up, and then some hose pliers so I can crimp up my fuel line hose. So I got an assortment of hose clamps now, and I shouldn't have to worry about running out and having to go back to town to search for them. So on a note, spend the money if you live far away from the auto parts store. You're gonna benefit from that. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started on gapping some plugs and starting to install on plugs and wires. All right, you guys. So as you seen this truck sit here, you notice these ones were actually, I think 31s. I had a set of 33s on them that were all delaminated. As you can see, I'm wearing a new Figueroa tire hat. So that means I went down, I got new tires for this bad boy. So we went down to Figueroa's in Atascadero, and they got us these 35 1250 15s mounted on these stock wheels. So we'll be putting these on the 63 Chevy four-wheeler project that we're working on. Stay tuned, and we'll have some video of that coming up soon.
All right, I'm gonna use the Daytona 3-ton jack, go under the rear differential and jack this the rear end of the truck up, and then we're gonna get the 35s installed on the rear to start.
All right, we threw on the 35. He's going to go ahead and bolt it down. We'll go do the other side.
Looks pretty sweet. We'll go to the other side and get started on that. Cool. All done with the back.
Go ahead, lower her down. There we go. They fit perfect with no lift. Now we'll do the front.
All right, that one's done. We just have one more to go. They were just heavy. But yeah, now they're not that bad compared to our other projects. All right, she's all done. Got 4 brand new tires on there. Now we're gonna jump back to working on some of the electronics on the motor.
See what she looks like lowered.
Yep.
All right, you guys, we got all the plug wires in. We didn't do anything to the plug wires to route them. We just got them all hooked up to be able to fire it up. We put a battery in it, got the new radiator in it, upper and lower radiator hoses. We have no leaks. We're having an issue with the carburetor running a little high idle. I'm not sure exactly what's wrong with that yet. I'm not big on, I don't know a lot about the carburetor, so I'm probably going to have my dad come out and maybe help me do some fine tuning on the carburetor, but it's enough to get it started, and hopefully we can get it and do a hot lap around and see how it's going to run. So that being said, I'm going to go in and fire it up. I think one of the belts is still loose. These Napa belts are really wide compared to the ones that were on it. They were so rotten, and I thought, well, maybe these will wear into place, but it squeaks a little bit. I still have to make an adjustment to tighten them up. So here we go. couple hot laps.
Seems to run pretty good.
Definitely gonna need some bearings in the steering column. Look at all the dirt coming out of it. I think that's actual metal. Yeah, that's metal.
That's pretty cool. It looks like the tires fit super well under it too.
Yeah, they're not rubbing and there's no lift or anything, but I can't get it to idle down. It should kick down a little bit. So I think there's something hung up in there, but we'll definitely running a lot smoother than it was the other day when we got it started. So I'm happy with it. I'm ready to keep cleaning on it and get all the plug wires and everything tidied up, and then have my dad fine tune the carburetor, and we'll start steam cleaning the inside and maybe getting a new seat in it, and we'll be ready to rip. So thanks for watching.